Okay, we are now in question number 6. They say if n is an odd integers and n is different of -1, then n plus 1 cannot be positive, negative, prime, 0, even. Let's see. Oh, n plus 1 can be positive. If n is positive, let's say if we take an example, n is an integers. Whatever. Let's say if I took 4 plus 1, does give me a positive number. So n plus 1 can be a positive number. So this is not this one. Can n plus 1 be a negative number? This is an integers. Take whatever. Let's say if n is -8, -8 plus 1 give me what? Give me -7. So n can be a negative number. So they are asking, then it cannot be. We are trying to find out what the value n plus 1 cannot be. Okay, can n plus 1 be equal to a prime number? Yeah, let's say if n equal 1, this is the only prime number. If n equal 1, 1 plus 1 give me 2, right? 2 is a prime number, so it can be a prime number. No. Can it be 0? In fact, in order for n plus 1, this is an integer, remember. In order for n plus 1 to be 0, there is only one value. One value for n plus 1 to be 0. The only one value is -1. It's only if n could be, or they say n is different of -1. So it cannot be 0. That's the answer. Okay, the only way for n plus 1 to be 0, it should be -1. That's the only integers, okay, that which were n plus 1. So, or they say n is different of -1. That's why we say n plus 1 cannot be equal 0. But there is, let's check for the last one. For this exercise, it's really important. In fact, even n plus 1 gonna always be an even number because n is an odd number. Whatever the odd number you put 1 on it, is gonna be an even number. So n plus 1 gonna always be an even number. But it cannot be in this case 0 since they say n is different of -1. So n plus 1 cannot be 0. It can be positive, it can be negative, it can be prime, it can be even, but it cannot be 0. Okay? Let's go for 7. 7, they say if x is a positive integers, okay, what is the smallest possible value? Understand, we have the fraction here, so the variable is in the numerator, so this value gonna be get smaller if the numerator, so the denominator is a constant number. That's not gonna change, but we know what's gonna change is gonna be this one. X plus 7 gonna change up to the value of x. So this one gonna be smaller when the numerator is smaller. So if we give the numerator as a number that is really small, really small, so we're gonna have the smallest number. Okay, they say, remember, is a positive number. So since it's a positive number, we cannot choose 0, since 0 is neither positive neither negative. Okay, but we're gonna, after that, choose the value that will give the smallest numerator. So if we get the smallest numerator, we are pretty sure we got the smallest number. So it's gonna be 1. 1 is the smallest positive number, because if we give 2, we're gonna have 7 plus 2 gonna give me 9 divided by 4, right? If I use 3, I'm gonna have 10 divided by 4. If I give 4, I'm gonna have 11 divided by 4. So with 1, I'm gonna have like 8 divided by 4. So we see, so that's gonna give me exactly the smallest number, because the denominator is a constant number. So we have to choose the smallest numerator possible. The smallest numerator possible is gonna be 8. Okay, so it's gonna be with 1. 1 is the best. 1 is the smallest possible. Is the smallest number that will give me this smallest value for this expression. Understand, we didn't choose 0 because they say it should be a positive number. Okay, let's move to the number 8. They say if the sum of 3 consecutive odd numbers is 171, what is the largest integers? Okay, what is the largest integers? Okay, let's say if n is an odd number, if n is an odd number, okay, let's say n is an odd number, odd integers, okay, n is an odd integers. So if n is an odd integers, the next integer is gonna be n plus 2, right? The next integer is gonna be s plus 2, and the next one gonna be n plus 4. So those are our 3 consecutive integers, okay? So they say if the sum equal, so we got this one like the first integers, that's the second consecutive, and that the third, okay? They say if the sum equal 171, what is the largest? We know the largest is gonna be n plus 4. That's the third one, okay? So let's take the sum. If we make the sum, I'm gonna have n like the first one, the second one plus the second one gonna be n plus 2, right? And the third gonna be n plus 4. Okay, so they say the sum should be equal 171. We're gonna try to solve. We're gonna try to solve this, okay? But understand this formula. You can take whatever the odd number. Let's say if you have 3, the next integer is gonna be 3 plus 2, 5, The next odd integer is gonna be 7 plus 2, right? 7 plus 2, but which equal 5 plus 2, which equals 7. But understand this is 3 plus 4, right? So this is like 3 plus 2 for the 5. This is for the 5, right? And 3 plus 4, this is for the 7. Okay? That's, understand this theory for the consecutive integers. So when we add them together for those, because we know here we choose 3, but we don't know the smallest, is we just put n, we don't know them, that's why we use n. So they say the sum is 177. Here we'll say the sum is 15 for this example, but they say the sum is 177. We're just gonna solve this. I'm gonna have n plus n plus n give me 3n plus 4 plus 2, 6 equal 177. So I will have like 3n equal what? 3n gonna be like 171 minus 6, okay? Minus 6. So 3n, let's do one time, just do this. So the last value n gonna be 71, excuse me, minus 6 divided by 3. That's gonna give you the number, that's gonna give you n. Remember, n gonna be the smallest. We are looking for the largest, okay? So we are looking for the largest. So we find, when we did this, we find n equal, you can do this, 55. When we do this, we find n equal 55. Okay, since n equal 55, so the largest is gonna be n plus 4. N plus 4 gonna give me 59, so that's gonna be the largest. Okay, 55 plus 4 gonna 59. That's the answer. So if I this one like the answer, okay? Okay. Now let's move to the next one. They say if the median of the 5 consecutive integers is 20. What is the smallest? The same theory. Let's say if n is on even integers, okay? We say n is an even integers, okay? We choose n like an even integers. So if so, what we're gonna have, let's take an example. Let's say take an even. Let's say I have 4 like an integers. The next one gonna be 4 plus 2, give me 6. The next one gonna be 8. If you want, the next one gonna be 4 plus 4, okay? So I'm gonna have n, right? The next one gonna be n plus 2, right? And the next one gonna be n plus 4. So that's the 3 consecutive even integers that we got. They say if the median of 5 consecutive integers is 20, that means 20. That's the median. We got this one, the median. They didn't talk about the sum. They say the value in the middle, the median is equal 20. So what we got is like they say if n plus 2 equal 20, it's easy. So if n plus 2, you can say that in your head. If n plus 2 equal 20, the next one gonna be easy, 22 if you want. Since n plus 2 equal 20, n gonna be 18. That's n gonna be 18. So they were asking what is the smallest. So the smallest gonna be 18. Since we know the median, the smallest gonna be 18 and the largest gonna be 22. So this is the smallest. Okay, we're gonna move to the next sections. We keep practicing our integers, prime and digit. Okay, let's move to the next sections.